Joybert, welcome to VOA.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for taking time out to be with us, man. How you doing?
Doing good, good. Thank you for having me.
No, we're always excited to have young people here. Let's delve into it. You've got a company
Yes.
focused on helping SMEs in Africa, focused on helping youth, focused on addressing unemployment. Talk to me about your company.
Yeah, COSDEF Group Limited is a company I started about um, 10 years ago, 2012, with the vision of providing that ecosystem where we can help young people and even elderly people, because I've had people who have come to us who are way above 35 years old on how they can create successful businesses and even build thriving careers. So COSDEF Group is called a group because it has certain subsidiaries under. And the first main one is the Center for Entrepreneurship, where the focus is training people on enterprise development skills and employability skills. Because my, my understanding and my experience is that if we are going to move Africa forward, the workforce, we need people who can start good businesses and people who can work in those businesses. And that's why the employability skills comes in, and of course the enterprise development skills.
Now, your company, like I said, specializes in, I guess you have a relationship with small to medium enterprises.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk to me more about that relationship that you have with SMEs.
Our relationship with them actually spread across, let me say, three key areas. Number one is the training of the founders themselves, those who have started these businesses. And number two is helping them get the right people who can work in these businesses. That's why we, under COSDEF Group, we have Weaker Jobs Career Management Firm. And the purpose is helping SMEs get good employees, good volunteers, or good interns. Then we have COSDEF Business Financing Agency, because it's possible to see somebody with a good idea who has the right skills and resilience and all of these things, but all they lack is the financial resources to push that dream forward. And many don't know how to get these finances. So we have a program where either we help them get the financing and we prepare them to get the financing, or connect them to the people that have the money and they can make the money. So under COSDEF Finance, we have different initiatives. One of them is actually like a diaspora program to help Cameroonians and Africans here, encourage them to invest back at home in startups. And we are like that platform where you can pass through us. Because if you come to me, I have people that have gone through our training programs, people that we have worked with them, we have mentored, we know where they are, and they can be trusted. And they are funding ready, they are investment ready.
Speaking of SMEs, studies have shown that SMEs are arguably the biggest hires, the biggest employers in Africa, contributing to at least 80% of the employment in Africa. Why is it, with that in mind, explain to the audience and explain to me, of course, why it is so important to invest in SMEs, especially African SMEs.
I always say that unemployment in Africa is a ticking time bomb. And one major way to diffuse that time bomb is through SMEs. Because when you look at the African marketplace, you will see that it is easier for SMEs to start and start thriving than really, large corporations per se. And, large corporations sometimes they take a time, they take some time before they come to Africa, because they're looking at the fragmented market, the corruption, the bribery, and the poor governance. But when we are in Africa, when there are no jobs, what next do? You think of how to start a business, even without the right skills and the right knowledge. And I've always said that one of the most powerful things, ministries that many governments have created across Africa, is the Ministry of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises. Although in many countries, they are not doing the things they should be doing in order to really invest in these people. But however, if Africa is going to move forward, especially when it comes to the economy, we need to find more sustainable working solutions on how to make these SMEs work.
You just partially touched on, I guess, the mechanisms that are there, that every other government in Africa has a small to medium enterprises, I guess, ministry. What is your take on the attempts by African governments towards alleviating unemployment?
Um, they have done some good work. Let me start by saying that. But I've always felt that um, the work is still too political. If they can focus on really working with the professionals and the experts who can contribute, a lot is going to change. In many African countries, they still appoint people in certain positions in the Ministry of SMEs to head these ministries based on their political affiliation. I will say that in many other African countries, there is no strong working relationship between business schools in Cameroon and the SMEs in Cameroon. You see, and if there's a good working relationship between the Ministry of Higher Education and Ministry of SMEs, they can create good programs. In Cameroon and many other African countries, you see young people struggling to get places for internships, the compulsory internships to do. Then I'm asking myself, what if the Ministry of Higher Education and SMEs sign a memorandum of understanding that, for us to grow SMEs need people.
To hire them.
Right? How can you make sure that anybody you train in the School of Business, for them to do that 3 months compulsory internship program, let's send them to local businesses around the universities.
Now, with that in mind, you early on we had a conversation where you highlighted how, for example, in Cameroon, you're pushing more to have the private sector do a lot more. Talk to me about that and expound on that by explaining how that is benefiting Cameroon as a nation and, of course, alleviating unemployment.
If the private sector succeed, the country is going to succeed. Poverty will reduce because more people will be employed. If we can train more people on how to create value, package value, and make money from that value, we're going to see poverty reduce in a great way. We're going to see more people entering the middle class.
Now to delve into something else you're really good at. You're also an author.
Yes.
Right here I'm holding 2 books. The Business Idea Handbook and Business Lessons from Drug Cartel Lords. We'll start off with this guy over here. Talk to me about this book here, Business Lessons from Drug Cartel Lords.
Yeah.
What really motivated this book and how did we delve into this point?
What motivated me about writing that book on the lessons we can learn from drug cartel lords is I started asking myself, these people operate illegally and they make a lot of money. So why are they making money more than also operating legally? That's where the whole thought started coming in. And I started researching about how they run their businesses, started watching documentaries, and I started develop interest in watching movies that talk about drug cartel lords from Southern American movies and so on. And I started learning a lot that these people are not just successful because they have the muscle and the guns and the talks that they use. No, but these people are also strategic. And I was able to carve out 17 strategic lessons that we can learn from drug cartel lords and we can practice in business. And being somebody who runs a business and somebody who trains and consults with businesses, I saw so many things that they do so well, which we ignore in legal businesses. And if we can pick out from them, we can be able to do that. One of them, for example, is drug cartel lords, they hunt for information. They can come. For example, you watch those movies or go to a law enforcement agency like, I don't know, CIA, FBI, and they will pay for an insider, double your salary, and all you need to do is give them good information. You see, many entrepreneurs don't buy books to read. Many entrepreneurs don't, like for example, we're in the fastest changing business landscape ever in the history of the world. If you don't have a curious mindset, you will not be able to adapt with the way the world is changing, technology is changing. So we need to have this insatiable hunger and search for information.
Joybert, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us, man. We
Thank
really
you so much,
appreciate
Mike.
it.
Thank you.